Welcome back. I'm here with some of the most bizarre U.S. laws still on the books today. From an old grudge match between states over frozen custard to why a bathing beauty might be forced to spend the night in jail. You whoa and believe what people did to make these laws, and even less why they are still around. So grab a pen and paper because here are 15 bizarre U.S. laws that still exist today. 15. Don't stick your fingers in electrical outlets in Wisconsin. It's illegal. There is no real reason for this law, other than it was deemed a very bad idea by the state of Wisconsin. It's unclear why they chose to make it illegal just to stick your fingers in an outlet instead of all sorts of other potentially dangerous things. But hey, if you want to risk a $500 fine, go ahead and try it. Just don't say we didn't warn you. The law was enacted to prevent people from trying to steal electricity by sticking a penny or other small object into an electrical socket. This was before the days of tamper-evident electric meters, so it was actually quite common. However, the practice posed a significant risk of electrocution and fire. If you have any spare pennies lying around, you may want to watch where you put them. Number 14, no inappropriate jokes on public transportation in Vermont. Making jokes on public transit has long been a favorite pastime of many comedians. But when it comes to Vermont's public transportation system, the Green Mountain State doesn't seem to have much of a sense of humor. According to Burlington, Vermont Municipal Code, it is prohibited to utter any obscene, lewd, or lascivious language, or make any inappropriate jokes while riding the bus. There are no details on what exactly qualifies as an inappropriate joke. So one might assume that the law applies to blue jokes, jokes about sensitive topics, as well as jokes targeting individuals or groups. In addition to being illegal, making jokes on the bus could also result in getting kicked off the bus and banned from riding in the future. Next time, save the jokes for the comedy club. 13. No bathing with your clothes on in Michigan. What happens in the bathtub stays in the bathtub. But what if you do something scandalous like bathe while wearing your clothes in Michigan? According to Michigan compiled laws, it is illegal to bathe with your clothes on. The law is likely rooted in the belief that clothing would interfere with the ability to clean oneself properly while in the bathtub. Additionally, the law may have been intended to prevent people from unnecessarily wasting water. Nowadays, it seems unlikely that anyone would ever be arrested for taking a bath with their clothes on. So this law is best left on the books as an oddity of the past. After all, there's no need for anyone to get naked in the tub. But don't wear your clothes in there either. 12. No throwing a baseball through a window in Maine. Baseball season is always an exciting time for fans. But if you live in Maine, it's important to keep your windows closed when attending a game. Why, you ask? Well, it's against the law to throw a baseball through a window in Maine. The origins of this law are unclear, but it's safe to say that it was probably enacted after someone got a little too rowdy at a local baseball game. Imagine having a great time at a baseball game only to come home and find that your window is shattered. This law may help to prevent that from happening. Number 11, no free rides in Delaware. If you're hitchhiking in Delaware, you'd better not be doing it for free. It's against the law. The law states that it's illegal to accept a ride in a motor vehicle without paying the driver a fee. In addition, drivers are prohibited from transporting hitchhikers without charging them a fee. Now, what constitutes a fee is unclear. So hitchhikers may want to bring cash or other valuables to trade for a ride. In addition to being illegal, hitchhiking is often considered to be dangerous, so it's probably best to avoid it altogether. However, if you're planning on hitchhiking in Delaware, make sure to bring some cash to pay the driver. Number 10, no bringing a donkey to church in Tennessee. Ever heard of a jackass? Well, if you're planning on bringing one to church in Tennessee, you'd better think again. According to Nashville City Ordinance, it's illegal to bring a donkey to church. The origins of this law are unclear, but it's safe to say that it was probably enacted after someone brought a noisy donkey to a church service and disrupted the peace. Now, imagine trying to pray while a donkey is braying loudly in the next pew. It's enough to drive anyone crazy. So if you're planning on going to church in Tennessee, leave your donkey at home. 9. No stepping off a train in Kansas. If you're planning on taking a train in Kansas, you'll want to make sure you stay on board. According to Kansas law, it's illegal to step off a moving train. Yeah, we're not sure about this one either. The origins of this law are unclear, but it's safe to say that it was enacted to prevent people from attempting to jump a moving train. Attempting to do so could result in serious injury or even death. This law is likely meant to prevent people from risking their lives by trying to hop on or off a moving train. Number 8. No reindeer on the lawn in Minnesota. If you live in Minnesota, you may want to think twice before putting up reindeer on your lawn this holiday season. According to Minnesota state statute, it's illegal to have reindeer on your lawn, though we're not sure why this law exists. Maybe the state of Minnesota just doesn't want people to own reindeer as pets. But it's important to note that this law does not apply to reindeer that are part of a commercial display, such as those used at a zoo or wildlife park. So if you're planning on putting up reindeer on your lawn this holiday season, you may want to check with the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources first. 7. No hunting sharks in Florida. If you live in Florida, you may have noticed that there are sharks everywhere. There are even sharks in the state's official emblem. So it should come as no surprise that it is illegal to hunt sharks in Florida. The law was enacted in 1996 to protect sharks from overfishing and to preserve the state's shark population. Florida is home to a variety of shark species, including hammerheads, bull sharks, and tiger sharks. Sharks play an important role in the marine ecosystem, and their numbers have been declining in recent years. The law makes it illegal to catch, kill, or possess a shark without a permit. Violators of the law could face fines or even jail time. Number 6. No reeling in a whale in Massachusetts. Who hasn't dreamed of reeling in a whale? For most people, the idea is just that, a dream. But for others, it's a reality. In Massachusetts, however, it is illegal to reel in a whale. The law was enacted in 1999 to protect whales from entanglement in fishing gear. Whales can become entangled in fishing lines and hooks, which can cause them to drown or starve. The law makes it illegal to use fishing gear that is likely to entangle a whale. Violators of the law could face fines or even jail time. 5. No fighting chickens in Nebraska. Back in the early days of the country, cockfighting was a popular blood sport. But these days, it's a little bit different. Cockfighting is now illegal in Nebraska, and it's actually illegal to own 2 roosters that are kept for the purpose of fighting. The law was enacted in 1981 to protect animals from cruelty. Cockfighting is considered to be an animal cruelty offense. The law makes it illegal to own, train, or use a bird for the purpose of fighting. Violators of the law could face fines or even jail time. 4. No serving tea in a public park in Mississippi. Who doesn't love a good cup of tea? It's a popular beverage enjoyed by millions of people around the world. But in Mississippi, it's illegal to serve tea in a public park. The law was enacted in 1930 to prevent people from loitering in parks. At the time, serving tea in a public park was seen as a way for people to gather and socialize, which was seen as a nuisance by park officials. The law makes it illegal to serve or consume tea in a public park. Violators of the law could be asked to leave the park or even face a fine. 3. No blue Jell-O in North Carolina. We're not sure why anyone would want to eat blue Jell-O, but in North Carolina, it's illegal to sell or serve blue-colored gelatin dessert. The law was enacted in 1971 to prevent people from being tricked into eating imitation Jell-O. At the time, there were several cases of people being sold imitation Jell-O that was dyed blue to look like the real thing. The law makes it illegal to sell or serve any blue-colored gelatin dessert unless it is made with real gelatin. Violators of the law could face a fine. 2. No selling liquor on Sunday in Ohio. Did you know that it's illegal to sell liquor on Sunday in Ohio? That's right. Liquor stores are closed on Sundays in the Buckeye State. The law was enacted in 1918 to prevent people from drinking on the Sabbath, and it's still in effect today. So, if you're in Ohio and you're looking to buy some liquor on a Sunday, you'll have to go out of state or wait until Monday. 1. No putting a baby in a hot bath in Oklahoma. Taking a hot bath might be the perfect way to relax after a long day, but in Oklahoma, it's illegal to put a baby in a hot bath. The law was enacted in 1910 to prevent people from scalding their babies, and it's still in effect today. The law makes it illegal to put any child under the age of 12 months in a bath that is hotter than 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Violators of the law could face a fine or even jail time. Parents and caregivers should always test the temperature of the bath water before putting a baby in it. You can do this by using a thermometer or by testing the water with your own skin. The water should never be hotter than 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So remember, if you're in Oklahoma, be careful when putting your baby in the bath. All right, guys, it's time for you to weigh in. Which of these laws surprised you the most? And do you think they should be repealed or kept on the books? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.